Let's talk about the show Black Mirror for a second, because it is a spectacular show, and more and more people are coming to it.
Yes.
It's brilliantly done. They don't make that many.
Yes.
Of this show, and it's kind of like the Twilight Zone. It's sort of the modern version of the Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
Brought to current times, and and you really were attracted to this show in theory, but then you saw it and you were worried about it. Is that right?
When I first watched an episode of Black Mirror, I knew nothing. It was like a year and a half ago. Like there was no possibility of me being on Black Mirror, and I was away from my family. I was in New Zealand, and missing them. And my husband was watching Black Mirror, and he was like, "Bryce, we have to share this. Like, this is the most phenomenal, brilliant." The show is like a comment on what is going to happen 10 years from now, right?
Yeah.
And then they make it so entertaining and gripping. It's just it's brilliant, and it's almost like a foreshadowing for what's to come, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
he talked you into seeing it.
So he talked me into seeing it. I was all by myself, and I watched it, and it was tough, and I had a nervous breakdown.
Did you really? I mean, you're not exaggerating. You really did have a breakdown.
I shouldn't say it's like a clinical nervous breakdown, but I just had a meltdown. That show just got me, you know, and it was just very emotional. And I sent some videos to my husband because he was asleep in the United States of America, and I brought you some of my videos of my.
So this is your
This is real. This is actually real.
This is real. This is you not trying to be. You're not amusing or anything. This is your reaction to watching Black Mirror for the first time.
For the first time a year and a half
Just after you
ago.
watched it. Let's take a look.
Please don't ever, ever, ever make me watch anything like that ever again. I had a feeling. I didn't know anything about it, and I had a feeling. I just took like a really bad nosedive.
Okay, Let me ask a question, Bryce, if you don't matter.
Yes.
My mind. You're here to promote this show.
Yes. Here's what's crazy. So you notice I said I took a nosedive.
Right.
So the show that I did a year later, actually, I started shooting a year after almost to the week of when I sent my husband this video, is called Nosedive. And I didn't make that connection. And I had my first meeting with the director, and I was like, oh, I'm so excited. He's like, so, like, what was the first episode of Black Mirror you watched? I was like, let me show you my reaction.
Right.
And I put on the videos, and then I said, I've taken a nosedive. And that's what my character does in this show that I did.
We have a clip here from your episode where, as you said, people are starting to.
So yeah, in this episode, people are. It's kind of like Uber apps. You know how you rate one another, like the Uber driver rates you, and you know you rate the Uber driver. It's a world in which we all rate one another. So this is a circumstance in which, and if you get above a certain rating, you have access to certain privileges in life, and if you get below a certain rating, you get denied those privileges.
Right.
And
That'd have been executed a long time ago.
So this is me going to a consultant, Reputelligent is what it's called, and to try to get my number up.
All right, let's take a look at this clip from Black Mirror.
Okay.
If we drill down into the numbers, you have got a solid popularity arc here. Strong overall trajectory. Let's just look at the last 24 hours. You see, even, what's that, 8:40 a.m. You're working hard on your socials. Great little uptake there. Couple of minor dings there. You cut someone off in traffic?
Oh, just a workplace thing.
Okay. Let's check on your sphere of influence. Let me zoom out here. Great peripherals. Strangers like you, that's a plus. Healthy inner circle, that's good.
Thank you.
That's creepy. I think that's 3 years away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.